What's up, Panther fans? Hope y'all doing well. Another week, another loss, but figured I'd get on out here with a vid for you guys. A review of Week 3's game versus the Cincinnati Bengals. As much as I hate to review it, got to, so I'm going to. But first, I just got to say thank you to all the viewers. I'm up to over 100 subscriptions now. I've just been doing these vids, for the last, I guess about a month or a little more than a month now, and I'm already up to 100 subscribers. So, very thankful to you guys. Keep watching, keep commenting, and tell your friends and get them to subscribe too. So, but with that, let's move right into my evaluation. I thought Jimmy Clausen showed some good things overall. He showed better pocket presence, I thought, than Matt Moore has all season. He has good mobility. Made some pretty good throws. Just one thing that just irritates me, and I'm sure it irritates you, just more than anything, is him fumbling the snap twice. I mean, this happened in the preseason. This was a problem in camp. I don't know what it is about the center quarterback exchange with him that doesn't work. I thought a lot of it in preseason was the center that was snapping the ball because he was just terrible at times. But this, you can't really blame it on Ryan Khalil, I don't think, at this point, unless they just haven't developed good chemistry yet. But even then, how hard is it to snap the ball and you take it and not drop it? I don't know. But we recovered one, but basically killed our drive. And the other one was given away to the Bengals. But yeah, I think you can call this week a lot that the Panthers lost to the Panthers. They did not lose to the Bengals. Early on, just had 2 picks in the game against Carson Palmer. Should have been 5 in the first half. He was throwing it right to our guys all day, but it seems like we just couldn't come up with the catches most of the time. We've got to capitalize on that, guys. I mean, if they're just going to hand you turnovers like that, you've got to take them. But as for the Panthers, couldn't hold on to the ball all day. Like I said already, those 2 center quarterback exchange fumbles, and then the really bizarre one to Mike Goodson, where Clausen was just handing off to him, and then suddenly the ball launches out of Goodson's hands like 20 yards downfield. I don't know what that was, but they've got to fix these turnover problems, and they've got to fix them fast, because that's why we're losing right now. I still thought they should have done a better job of getting the running game going Sunday. They still show the ability to bust out some long runs. D'Angelo had a couple. Jonathan Stewart struggled Sunday, which kind of surprised me because he's been sharp so far this year. They just haven't been giving him the carries. But this week he didn't average a very good yards per carry number, and he also fumbled. So that's really unlike our Jonathan Stewart to be doing stuff like that. But, other than that, offensively, Steve Smith didn't have a catch until the fourth quarter. You got to get him the ball. If you can't get him open and down the field for a pass, you've got to let him take some end arounds. You got to let him get him in the wildcat, just something to get him the ball. It showed during and after the game. He was very frustrated about Sunday. But I mean, how could you not be? How could the whole team not be frustrated after what they've seen the last few weeks? But we've got to get him the ball. And a lot of people right now are talking about, should we trade Steve Smith? Is now the time, with the season looking like it's already a wash, do we trade Steve Smith? I think that if a team, which this is unlikely, if a team were to offer us a first-round pick for Steve Smith, I would take it. I mean, that would leave you with only young depth at wide receiver, and he is one of the greatest playmakers we've ever had on our team, if not the greatest. But listen, he's 31. He's kind of over that peak, and he's going to start trickling downhill as we go forward. And if we can get a first-round pick out of him, then why not use that to build more toward the future, which is what we're doing already, it looks like. But A lot of people say, he's the greatest ever. We should have more respect than that. I think having respect for him is, letting him go to a Super Bowl contender right now and let him try to win that Super Bowl ring that he really deserves. Because I don't know right now that he's going to be able to get one here. The way it's looking, I think we're going to have a very strong team for the future. But who knows how much longer Steve Smith's going to be in our future, because he's getting up there. I think that he maybe has another 4 seasons left in him. Maybe. If all goes right. He's only got 2 seasons left on his contract beyond this year. So who knows after that what could happen. So, would you rather get a first-round pick for a guy that we're going to have, maybe not even beyond 2 years from now, who's getting older, or would you rather just, have him mad, not win any kind of ring, not even have a shot at it, and then just, up and leave in 2 years with no compensation? I think that's the logical thing to do. I think even if they get offered a second-round pick, I would think heavily about it. But I would be more hesitant to pull the trigger at a second-round pick. But I think it's something they should consider. Scott Fowler of the Charlotte Observer wrote a blog yesterday, I believe it was, talking about they should trade one of the running backs and not Steve Smith. But I couldn't disagree with that more. The running back stable we have is envied among the league. One of the best, if not the best, running back stable in the league. You can't break it up. I don't think you can break that up. It's a strength. Why not keep it a strength? Really, I don't see any way we should do anything like that with the backs. Just keep them the way they are. But other than that, this was another rough week. It's frustrating sitting there watching your team, and they keep giving you this little glimmer of hope, and then they just yank it away with poor decision making, not being able to hang on to the football, things like that. But we've got to get it corrected, and we've got to get it corrected now, so we can at least salvage. I think a 500 season is still within reach, but playing like they are right now, I think playoffs are probably out of the question. I just hope that the fan support doesn't lag too much. Really, watch football this season, try to enjoy it, because with the labor negotiations the way they are, we may not have football next season, and this may be the last season for a few years at the worst case scenario. I think eventually they'll get something resolved, but you never know these days. So, other than that, I guess we just sit back and hope for them to keep developing. It can be really fun to watch at times. Fun to watch this team. They're young. They have a lot of energy. We've got so many guys that are in their early to mid 20s that are just going to be fantastic players that we're going to have here for the next several years. Just got to keep them developing. But other than that, I think that's it for right now. I'm not going to do superlative this week because, we gave them away the game. I can throw out on defense. Charles Godfrey, I thought, had a great game. He had a pick, plus it seemed like he was always in there every play, kind of stuffing the run and up on the line, playing very well, making hard hits. But Godfrey really stood out to me this week. Good for him getting in there and doing that. Still having trouble getting sacks on the quarterbacks, and really a guy like Carson Palmer, he's not mobile. We should have been able to get more than 1 sack on him. But that 1 sack did come by Charles Johnson, so that's our first sack from the defensive line all season. But yeah, we go this coming up Sunday to play the New Orleans Saints down in New Orleans, coming off a defeat. They're going to be very mad, and they're going to be ready for us. I'll put that preview vid out probably Thursday or Friday this week. Probably Thursday. But Sunday's not looking too bright right now. So, but I guess we're just going to have to, roll with the punches this season and see where it takes us. I think it's pretty obvious right now that Fox, Jeff Davidson, those guys are probably done after this season. It's looking more and more like that right now because the play calling is just so atrocious. It's so predictable. It's so boring. Really get some creativity, for goodness sakes. I mean, how could you be more vanilla on offense? I have no idea. So, that's it for right now. I want to give a shout out to a couple friends of mine from Charlotte running on Sports Yap, new radio show they're doing now on Fox Sports 730 in Charlotte. It's Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Make sure you check them out. They talk Panthers, have a lot of great guests, and they're a couple of really good friends of mine. So make sure you check them out. Go to www.sportsyap.com. That's Y-A-P-P, 2 P's on Yap, sportsyap.com. They have a live feed there, and you can check it out, like I said, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. And if you're in the Charlotte area, check out 7:30 a.m. Fox. It's the new Fox Sports radio station. Really good for Charlotte to get some more lively sports talk in there, because it's kind of been getting tired here lately with what they've had. So I'm really excited for these guys getting this great opportunity. Make sure you check them out. But in the meantime, I got to get out of here and do some work. So hope you all have a good week. I'll talk to you later on this week about a preview for New Orleans Saints. But I guess in the meantime, go Panthers.